here. The opening of the Summer of Heroes. Here's the thing, tomorrow they're doing like a private event kind of thing, but today they've got all of the different radio stations coming out. They're going to close this area at 3 p.m. and they are going to do some crazy stuff here. And I feel like yeah, I feel like I'm ready for it. I hope you guys are ready for it. I think I just realized that my promo says the 24th, and I think today is the 25th. Maybe? Yeah, my promo definitely says the 24th, but today is actually the 25th. I need to fix that. Sorry guys. I don't know what to do about that until I get home later. But we've got costumed cast members out here now, so we know kind of officially what the costuming is for this attraction. So if you can see, like, this girl is wearing a pretty cool costume. And the music, again, like yesterday when I got here for a few minutes, is pretty darn epic.
Alright, let's go.
But they've rolled out like this huge black carpet that goes all the way down Hollywoodland. They're closing this area of the park at 3 o'clock today because they've got all kinds of stuff going on between I'm assuming radio stations being here, some executives being here, etc. It's going to get crazy. They've got all of these like cables running all the way up and down Hollywoodland, and they're all connected to like lights and cameras, and there's just a lot happening in a very small area of this park. But they've got up these like video screens as well. You can see those are video screens. They've got this like little stage set up here for the opening. And it says broadcasting live. If you do not want to appear in the filming, please avoid this area by entering the area. So we might be on film today for their footage. And they've got this whole kind of seating setup over here. And then if you could see over here, pretty much all the way down Hollywood Boulevard. All the way down Hollywood Boulevard, there's all of these little tables here. You can see these are all for different radio stations or TV stations from around the Southern California area, because they're getting set up sooner than later, probably. I'm just gonna assume that that's what's gonna happen. So welcome to another stream, day 7. I know my picture for this is wrong. It says the 24th, and it should say the 25th. So I'm dumb, but I'll fix that later. But if you could see, going all the way down Hollywoodland here is this like black carpet. That's what I came to this morning. Just this huge black carpet for the Mission Breakout. Going all the way down to the front entrance at Buena Vista Street. I mean, it's long. And then it keeps on going back here.
No different gain structure.
And it goes back up this rampway. and then we've got just this epic music happening. And we've got over here in the old Muppet Theater, we've got a premiere, or a preview of Pirates of the Caribbean 5, which comes out this weekend. So I don't know who's going to see that, but that's probably going to be awesome. Over here on this stage is where they do the like Avengers Assemble show with Hawkeye and Black Widow, and they've got like this little booth where you can figure out what kind of superhero you are, take a little personality test. And then over here, which is pretty cool, you got the tank for the Avengers. Jeep, I guess, not really a tank, more of a Jeep. And I'm sure that comes into play while Black Widow comes out wandering around, you know. They've got signage up that this whole area closes at 3 o'clock, including the Monsters Inc. ride. It says that it closes at 3 o'clock and will not be open past that, because that's when all of the people come to hang out. And they've got different kinds of drinks that are going on. They've got you can see the symbol for the Tivan collection. I forget how do you pronounce his last name? The Collector's Collection. And then you've got this rampway that I'm coming up here. And you've got the same thing here with the Summer of Heroes signage. And then over here, at least for a temporary moment, you've got this Summer of Heroes store. I'm not sure if once the actual Guardians attraction opens, that the store will be permanent here. Maybe it'll go through the summer. But they've got actually what I think is really cool. They do have a bit of Captain America merch. And merch for pretty much everyone. But what I think is the coolest part of this is that they actually have a lot of Black Widow merchandise. And that's really neat. Black Widow.
Yeah, it's still a drop right now.
You can get a Black Widow purse, Black Widow hoodie, or an action figure. So they're really pushing the Black Widow character here at California Adventure, even if they're not doing it in other places. It looks like they're setting up a sign right here that says Media Center. So, the Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, or GOTGMB, I guess abbreviated, opens officially on Saturday to the public. But I know that they've done a few cast previews already. They're getting people who are actually working the attraction or working in the area of the attraction a chance to ride it, so that they can describe it to people, or so that they can let people know what it's about. And I've heard great reviews from friends that are cast members. And then tomorrow evening, they're having the launch party. You had to pay an additional $75 regardless of whether or not you are annual pass holder or whatever, a cast member, anything. You have to pay an additional $75 if you want to be at that thing. So there's that. So I will not be going to that. And this area typically is where you would get a chance to meet Captain America or Spider-Man, but they have this area blocked off right now because they have like a bunch of staging right over here. Here's like a seating area. Across the way are some screens and a place to be able to set up some kind of stage show or something. They have cameras shooting in all directions in this area. I am extremely excited for the Guardians of the Galaxy ride, for the Avengers Assemble show with Black Widow. this is gonna be fun. I'm excited. I'm excited to be here today and doing something different. Disneyland was great. We did that 6 days in a row though. So now we're gonna do the next 3 days at DCA. I'm gonna spend a lot of time here probably, at least as much as I can, and get things ready to go. Maybe I'll get a sneak preview of some of the characters that are meet and greeting. Maybe we'll get a preview of the show here, the Adventures Assemble show. I know registration is already happening for today, I think. We can go ask though. I'm gonna go ask now. Let's see. But there is a lot of people moving and shaking this area. A lot of people in dress shirts and suits and stuff. So, yeah. Are you guys doing registration for today?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought it started tomorrow or
We're doing soft opening.
soft opening today. What time is the showing?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. Cool. All right. I won't be able to probably get that on camera. Maybe I'll be here later, but soft opening 1 p.m. for the new Avengers Assemble. They did a show yesterday, and they set up this area over here that normally has drinks for like food and wine festival. They now have it set up to have stuff for this. So I haven't checked out the menu or what's going on with that, but real exciting things starting to happen over in this area. And it looked like a lot of executives and Imagineers. Yesterday I saw a few Imagineers and things. I saw Tony Baxter hanging out over at out in front of the Guardians of the Galaxy attraction, kind of admiring it, putting together last pieces. I'm now assuming they're out there talking with cast members who are going to run the area. So, but you've got the whole area here with the Daily Bugle. This area has been here for a while as far as the meetup area, but now it's going to be used a lot more often with a lot more meet and greets and stuff happening. And if you can see just the amount of people, maybe you can't really see right now, but there's a lot of booths on either side of Hollywoodland, and they're getting set up and prepared for all the radio stations and all the TV stations and all the media people to come, because it's going to be media night here at California Adventure. Then tomorrow's going to be kind of like the preview night for anybody who paid to go to preview night, and then Saturday will be the main official opening of the attraction and of the Summer Heroes. But they're soft opening a lot of stuff today, so maybe I'll get a chance to ride this. They put out plants yesterday. There were not plants out here, so I don't know what that's all about, but whatever. Good on them for putting out some shrubbery. There is a lot of cool music happening in this whole area too. I love it. If you can see, there's a lot of people in like dress shirts and whatnot. A lot of people that look very official, along with all of these people that are in cast member outfits, getting ready for the attraction to open. This area here doesn't seem like it's really been touched too much, the Fast Pass area, even though they're going to have Fast Pass. You can see like there's a standby entrance and a Fast Pass entrance for this attraction. So assuming you'll get your Fast Pass here, so maybe they'll in time change it to be looking more like the building across from it. But super exciting stuff happening. We're gonna leave this area and we're gonna come back way before 3 p.m. But this area, the Hollywoodland area, closes at 3 p.m. We're gonna make our way through a Bugs Land, back over toward Paradise Pier. see what's happening over there. I'm actually just gonna like exit out onto the main walkway from here. Has anybody been to California Adventure, or not been to California Adventure, I guess? Because this is kind of a much more confusing layout of a land versus Disneyland. Disneyland is very easy to maneuver around because everything comes off the central hub. But DCA kind of has like an inner ring and an outer ring. And the lands are kind of like in between the two rings, if that makes sense. For the most part anyway. At least on the left side of the park. When you go like through Hollywood Land and Bugs Land and Cars Land. And then you get to the wharf and Paradise Pier, and it totally all changes because there's the lagoon back there. But Lagoon's worth hanging out at because World of Color is the best show on Disney property. Hands down, better than fireworks. If you were a first timer and you only have one day to be at Disneyland, I suggest getting a park hopper specifically for the chance to go see World of Color. So you hang out at Disneyland, come over to DCA, and see World of Color. You can still see the tower hanging out in the background, the Collector's Tower, which will make an appearance in Thor Ragnarok. So they're going to connect the attraction to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which I love. I saw pictures, they're adding Cosmo the dog in. They've got a lot of different like things that connect to all of the Avengers and all of the different movies in the MCU in the attraction. But I know a couple people got to do the soft opening of the ride, and there are videos of the ride through. I have not looked at any ride through stuff. I saw the interview with Benicio del Toro, and they showed some pictures and some footage of the queue, but I've not seen a ride through because I don't want to be spoiled by what's ahead. So, we're out in the inner ring, this large walkway, and most people are familiar with the signage for Cars Land. But what's funny is normally Cars Land is the place to be, and it's kind of, there's some people here, but everybody's hanging out in Hollywood Land right now. There's the signage. That girl waved hello. Everybody is not in Cars Land today. Everybody's hanging out in Hollywood Land, which is pretty crazy. And no one's hanging out in the wharf. Nobody needs breakfast yet, I guess, from the wharf. I don't even know if they serve breakfast at some of these restaurants here on Pacific Wharf. The wharf area, actually, I love food, so of course I love it, but I love the opportunity to be able to kind of meander through that area. Angie likes it too. It reminds her very much of New England, where she's from, so it allows her to kind of feel like she's back at home, even though now her home is a mile away from Disneyland. Actually, to be honest with you, like if I walk this way, I'm actually walking towards home, but I can't get out the side of this or anything. But we're heading back toward Paradise Pier. See what we can do, right? And I was here a little bit early this morning, earlier than most mornings, because the park here actually opened up at 8 a.m. as they're getting ready for Memorial Day weekend. Tomorrow they open at 9 a.m. for regular guests, and then I think it's 8 a.m. on Saturday morning, the official opening of the Summer of Heroes. So I'm gonna try and be here before 8 a.m. I'm gonna try and be here like 7 a.m. on Saturday so that I can get all that in. Get a little videotaping in before we go live, because I'm assuming there will probably be a line out front. This area, definitely not as hopping as Hollywoodland. And I'm assuming a lot of people who are on vacation now are about to go on vacation here to Disneyland, or at the Disneyland park, until the opening of the Summer of Heroes. So this park is probably going to be real dead today, which is going to be really great for this stream. So I want to know, are you guys looking forward to Summer of Heroes? I know I posted it on our Facebook page yesterday. The people were looking forward more to the Summer of Heroes. We're looking more forward to Pandora down at Walt Disney World at Animal Kingdom. I'd like to know what everyone's more excited for. After seeing some of the stuff from Pandora, I'm more excited about the Summer of Heroes stuff here, even though some of it may not be as permanent as Pandora, like the Adventures Assemble show and some of the other things. I mean, the Guardians ride is pretty much the only permanent thing. I'm still excited because it really does bring a future idea of Marvel Land here. And Marvel Land is much more exciting to me than the world of Pandora. Yeah. Somebody said this on Twitter, and I think it's absolutely true, that Star Wars, sells Halloween costumes. They have people that go to festivals. They have people that go to conventions. They have all this merchandise, like, for years and years and years, without having to have a theme park attraction area. And here, same thing, Marvel, for years and years and years, have been able to sell comic books without the movies, without the theme park stuff. They've been able to sell costumes. They've been able to sell the films just on the premise of it being a Marvel movie alone. And so Marvel Land or Star Wars Land totally makes sense because they're much more longer lasting than something like Avatar. Even though Avatar was considered the #1 film box office wise in the entire world, it doesn't have the longevity because they're still not continuing its legacy. Like, they have the sequels coming out, but is it going to be that series like Star Wars is? Or even if a Star Wars film wasn't coming out, like, let's say hypothetically only the first 3 episodes 4, 5, and 6 got made, they'd still be selling Darth Vader costumes for Halloween and things like that, 30, 40 years later. 40 years from now, Avatar won't matter. Same thing with Marvel. Even if the films didn't get made, people still love superheroes, still love Marvel Comics. That those characters, maybe not those exact characters, but a Captain America or an Iron Man or the Hulk or whatever would still be popular costumes for kids, So that was kind of a cool explanation. Like, whatever a Halloween costume is that sells, that's what you should go with. I think that's something that Universal has been plagued with. Universal has chosen to create attractions around movies that don't have a longevity of decades. They've done really well in the past few years of trying to create that, trying to recreate some of the magic that they have going on. But as far as longevity, those things don't necessarily exist. Like, for example, they have the new Dark Universe coming out with the Mummy and Bride of Frankenstein. I think the Werewolf, the Wolfman, was considered the first of those films. But those films go all the way back to the 1930s. And people know who Dracula is. People know who the Wolfman is. There is a legacy there. And instead of keeping those characters around in the park and keeping, like, the special effects show and the horror effects show with that, they opted instead to get rid of Dracula, to get rid of the Mummy and Frankenstein and stuff, and to go more with The Walking Dead. I'm a fan of The Walking Dead. But does it have the longevity of something like Dracula? That's a tough call, and I don't know if it does. I think that the whole Walking Dead, like, once the show wraps, whenever that is, probably in a couple of years, that a decade after that, nobody will truly remember it. MASH is one of the greatest TV shows of all time, one of the highest rated TV shows of all time. Yet, how many people could name a character from MASH, right? And it's the same with The Walking Dead. Like, there will be a generation that it will just leave behind as it leaves television, versus how many people, you know, didn't see Star Wars in theaters yet know who Luke Skywalker is, or how many people can see the shield symbol for Captain America and know that that's Captain America's symbol, even without having seen the movies. That kind of thing, you know, sticks out. Spider-Man's another one, you know, like, they should just focus on those things. So we're here at Paradise Pier. Totally jumped the gun on that topic. Paradise Pier I did a video on a few weeks back. We talked about how this came to be, the history behind it, why Walt Disney really wasn't a fan of pier-side amusement parks, kind of the grittiness of pier-side amusement parks, and how this came to be when they created California Adventure. Now, if you listen to The World That Never Was about Westcott, you would know exactly how California Adventure came to be in general, because this wasn't supposed to be California Adventure. It was supposed to be Westcott, right? And this is definitely not an Epcot-looking kind of park. Epcot doesn't have a Ferris wheel. Although I think this is one of the best Ferris wheels in the world. This Ferris wheel is one of 2 Ferris wheels that actually has a moving vehicle from the inner ring to the outer ring and back. The Wonder Wheel in New York is the only other Ferris wheel like it. And for that, it makes it kind of unique. And of course, it's the only Ferris wheel in the world to have a giant Mickey Mouse attached to it. But I would consider this the scariest attraction, the Ferris wheel here, Mickey's Fun Wheel, to be the scariest attraction in all of Disneyland resorts. And here's why. When that bucket that you sit in moves from the inside to the outside of the wheel, you don't expect it to be as fast as it is, and you also aren't strapped into anything. There's no seatbelts, there's nothing like that. You are just simply moving and sliding down this rail until it stops, and then you're just swinging for a long time. But also, Mickey's Fun Wheel is such a deceiving name, right? Like, oh, it's gonna be fun, it's Mickey's Fun Wheel. It's not gonna be scary at all. Deceptive, but it is very, very scary. Maybe if you don't ride on one of the moving carts, because you do have the option when you get in line, and I'll show you when we get over here. You do have the option to either get on a moving gondola bucket that goes back and forth from the inner to the outer circle, or a stationary one. And a stationary one, I think, is too boring of an option. There should be some kind of medium in between, right? Like, maybe it doesn't slide from the inside to the outside, but at least it swings back and forth or something. But everyone gets in line for the moving one. Hardly anybody gets in line for the stationary one, because people were looking for that thrill. All right, we could almost get up to the thing here. So there are two different lines. There's the stationary one back here, and there's the swinging gondola one here. And if you can look at the line down below, all these people over here want to be in line for the swinging one, and there's hardly anyone on this side that wants to be in line for the stationary one because it's so thrilling. And I love, okay, so I've never played any of the games here on the boardwalk at Paradise Pier, all the different games down here have themed prizes. So like the horse racing game, you can get a bullseye. And if you play like the throw the baseball game, you can get like a little baseball Mickey or Goofy. There's a fishing game down here. And in that game, you can get like a Goofy with his fishing tackle and stuff on. So I do like that kind of little theming. However, I just don't really care to pay, you know, $5 to throw a couple of balls and stuff around. That's just me though. But I do like all of the different buildings here. Again, I think Angie really likes this because Angie likes this kind of New England, Coney Island look. Paradise Pier is kind of a combination of both Pacific and Atlantic piers, even though it's supposed to be California Adventure exclusive. A lot of these places along Paradise Pier do look very Coney Island-esque, which is probably the most famous of all of the piers in the US. I know a lot of people know about Huntington, you know, being like the surf capital of the world. A lot of people know about Venice Beach, but the Venice Beach doesn't necessarily have like this captivating pier line. And maybe some people know about Santa Monica Pier, and my video took us to Santa Monica Pier, but the rides are kind of similar to what Santa Monica has, but the actual like buildings and stuff and the boardwalk is very reminiscent of Coney Island, which is obviously East Coast, you know, New Jersey, New York. So moving through the pier area, there's actually this area in the back of the park here, and I like this area because it's functional in so many different ways. You can take a picture here. Sometimes Jesse or Woody come out and meet guests here. Not right now, but they do. Also, coming out of this area are the Green Army men. They come out and they do like a little show. They get people involved, get them to march and stuff like that. But this area right here, we're gonna walk through, because this area actually has a restaurant, but it also has a lot of seating and a lot of kind of open space. And it allows for festivals or something like that. When they have Chinese New Year, when they have Cinco de Mayo, they'll probably do the Day of the Dead back here. They do all these little like kind of weekend festivals that don't necessarily need to be these huge ordeals, but they do want to celebrate them in some way. They set up back here, and being able to set up back here allows them to play different music over the intercoms without really interfering with Paradise Pier. It also allows them to kind of spread out and decorate some of these areas with their kind of generic theming. And the Garden Grill here, the Paradise Garden Grill, will change its menu quite often depending on what's going on. I know for Chinese New Year, they had a lot of Chinese and Vietnamese and Korean dishes over here to eat. And then they use this little gazebo here as a place for meet and greets, depending on who you're going to meet and greet. Right now, I don't know who would meet in this area. Although it does look really nice and fancy, right? It looks like it's more set up for Cinco de Mayo still. So maybe that's where they had Jose karaoke meeting and stuff. I actually really hope when they bring Coco out into theaters and they have the Day of the Dead here, Halloween here, because I'm presuming that it's going to be in this area, that they have the characters you can meet and greet, because I really want to meet some of the characters from Coco. And then you're back out on the pier, quote unquote pier area. You're not necessarily in the boardwalk anymore, but there are a lot of the attractions still right here. And you have Goofy's Sky School right here on the pier area, kind of like Fantasyland, which has the most attractions in a consolidated space. Paradise Pier has the most attractions in this park in a consolidated space, even though it's quite a bit bigger than Fantasyland is. Fantasyland is such a small, tiny space. Paradise Pier is, a pretty long walk all the way around, and there's quite a bit to do though. And see, if you look over here, you can see now the Ferris wheel back behind me again. I'm on the other side of the lagoon. However, they still consider this area Paradise Pier, going all the way around the lake. And then over here, this building here is the Little Mermaid attraction, still considered Paradise Pier. I might sneeze, I'm sorry. Okay, we're good, I think. Does anybody like this ride? I've only ridden it once. I don't really care for the Flying Zephyr. Doesn't do anything for me. Nothing against it, just not an amazing attraction. So even though it's a 5-minute wait, I'd rather just go, grab a snack or something. You could see behind me, you could see all the rock work for Cars Land back behind me. So here's one of the things that I don't really care to hear people say, is that the Guardians of the Galaxy attraction really, whoa, what are they doing over here? It's all bubbling up. They're like getting fountains moving and shaking for tonight's World of Color performance. All these little bubbles happening in this huge fountain, just causing ripples in the water over here. This is crazy. A lot of people are saying the Guardians of the Galaxy, you could see it from different places around the park, and so it really ruins the facade. Well, if you were out in Cars Land, whoa, my hair is something. If you're out in Cars Land, you'd be able to see the hotel from over there. If you were here in Paradise Pier, you could see the hotel from over there. When it was Tower of Terror, the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. And even when you were in Main Street, USA, you could still see the Tower of Terror, and it ruined the skyline right there. And like right here, you could see, better here. You could see like the rock work back there for Cars Land, and it doesn't necessarily fit the theme of Paradise Pier either. So all of these different ideas of being able to see certain areas from other areas of the park doesn't necessarily fly with me, because that's been something that you've been able to do for quite a long time in other areas of the park. People just want to bring up the fact that Guardians took over the Tower of Terror, and they're not huge fans of the Twilight Zone theming going away, which I get. I totally understand that. I liked the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror as well. But you can't deny, with the music over there, with all the hoopla that's going on, the new Avengers Assemble show, everything happening in the Hollywoodland area, you can't deny the fact that that is gonna be an incredible space to be in, an incredible attraction. Because see, you can see it from here, right? There's the Guardians of the Galaxy Tower. But you used to be able to see it, the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror from here. The size of the building didn't change. So the sight line doesn't really change. So it's kind of silly. I get that you could see it from Buena Vista Street, and that made sense. This connected Hollywoodland and Buena Vista Street connected together, sure. But Paradise Pier and Hollywoodland don't connect together necessarily. Cars Land and Hollywoodland don't connect together. Unless you want to say that Cars Land is a movie set in Hollywoodland, then maybe I get that. looks like they've closed down the Little Mermaid ride temporarily. Just for, you know, maintenance and stuff. So a lot of people just exited out of the queue line there. They're coming down down this way. Also, I just want to point out, and I've said this before, I don't know if I've said it on camera before, but this area right here, this little square, is the most underutilized area in the entire park here at California Adventure, and I don't understand why they don't do something cool with it. I get that there's a restroom right here. There's a restroom right here and an ATM and stuff. But why wouldn't you have maybe a little restaurant or something set up over here that's like much more, I don't know, San Francisco or something, you know, anything. Another little tiny miniature land area. Yeah. What should they do with it? What should they do with this area? I don't know, maybe set up like a little cafe with some tables out here. That would be my idea, you know, or like a little cart. You know, that like the most famous cart at Disneyland has to be the corn dog cart that's on Main Street, USA. And they have tables kind of all around it because a lot of people go there and want to sit down and eat. So I kind of think that why not come up with something that's very California and interesting that would go right here. Do they use this area during the version of Food and Wine? No, that's the thing. This whole area, this little square right here, never has anything. It has, if you could see like this little setup over here, it's fast passes for World of Color, which is great. That's a good use for like a space like this, sure. But if you're gonna have these fast passes set up for World of Color, why not make this whole area right here, you know, kind of representative of World of Color, and have kind of a like little merch store or something with shirts and stuff that say like I went to World of Color, I did something like that, right? It just kind of makes sense that like you would use this space. Especially Disney, they could sell merchandise or food or something like that. And there's like these benches here, and they have this behind. Can you see this building right behind me here, which is a part of the Grizzly Peak area, the Grizzly recreational area, which is much more redwoods, Northern California. Why not have this area be kind of that connection to Northern California, or a connection to the World of Color show, which you would see over here and hype people up for World of Color. I don't know. I don't know what you would do with this space besides maybe putting in a cart or some merchandise shops. It definitely isn't big enough for a ride or like a full-fledged restaurant, but to have something out here would make sense. I do like spaces, don't get me wrong, I do like kind of open spaces where people can just relax and hang out. But this isn't, I mean, it's a walkway, and it has some trees and stuff. And of course it's got like this as part of the Grizzly Redwood area. But I don't feel like it's overly scenic like New Orleans Square is or like Main Street is, you know, to be able to just kind of have nothing here. So I think it'd be best if they put in something. Just my 2 cents. Just my 2 cents. The same goes, and I understand why this whole area, the Grizzly Peak recreational area, as the signage says here, Grizzly Peak recreational area. I understand why it doesn't have a ton going on this walkway, and this is a long walkway, but I understand why it doesn't have a lot going on, because on this side of the walkway you've got the water ride, right? The Grizzly River Rapids raft ride, and over on this side coming up, we'll show the signage when we get there, you've got the Redwood Creek Challenge Trail. And so there's not a lot of space on either side for more things. But the whole area is just kind of, there's not a lot going on besides this walkway between the two things. And of course you've got the hotel, the Grand Californian, on this side. So you can't really bump anything up too close to the hotel. Especially on people that are staying in rooms that are further down. You don't want to, even, if you want to go to bed at 9 p.m. at night, you don't want to hear an attraction running until 11 p.m. or midnight or something like that. And you've got the store here, the Vision River store, which is the only store that's in this area between the Redwood Creek and the Grizzly River Rapids attraction. Very much so, is kind of just an area of walkway. It's not a lot happening in this area. And they even put, so they noted that this area doesn't have a whole lot going on, so they add in carts like this to give it a little bit of something at least, to be able to say, hey, we know that there's not much happening here, so why don't you just grab a treat for the road. And then back there in between the Grizzly Peak recreational area and Paradise Pier, they've got zilch. Like, why not put something there? Makes total sense to do something there. Waste of space, that is. But we're now heading in toward the old, what was it called? Condor Flats, which is now just a larger part of the Grizzly Peak recreational area. So they've kind of rethemed this area. It used to just be a lot of like tin and silver and stuff like that, and now they rethemed the building kind of this dark green for Soarin', so that it kind of matches the rest of the redwoodish type of national forest theme. And the same with this restroom here. They painted it brown and dark green, so everything kind of matches. But here's what I'm saying. Okay, so people don't like that from right here, from Grizzly Peak recreational area, which should be the redwoods, that you could see the Guardians of the Galaxy Tower, but you can also see the Carthay Circle Theater. So you shouldn't be able to see downtown LA or Hollywood from the redwoods, which is a thing. You shouldn't be able to see Guardians of the Galaxy Tower either. So I get that you shouldn't be able to see the Guardians of the Galaxy Tower, and then that also means that you shouldn't be able to see some other things around the park. So I think that argument is a little null and void. Argument just doesn't work for me. And then here you've got Humphreys, this shop right here, which goes directly across from Soarin'. And you've got, I forget what it's called now. They've changed, like, this whole area used to be Condor Flats, and I knew all the names of stuff by heart. But of course, I forget what it's called now. It's something Jumper, right? Smoke Jumper Grill. Which I think, if you're into hamburgers, this is the best spot to get hamburgers, because they have a little bar area. So you get your hamburger patty and your cheese if you want cheese. Then you go to the bar, and that's where they have your tomato and your onion and your lettuce and stuff. So you can make your burger as big as you want or as little as you want. Jordan says he's so into hamburgers. If you've been to Walt Disney World, they have Pecos Bills, which is kind of similar. They have their little bar of different veggies and things you can add to your burger. So this is kind of the equivalent here, the Smoke Junkers Grill. Smoke Jumpers Grill, not Junkers. I feel like Junker, like the Junker Grill, would go really well in the old Marvel area now that we're putting up. Or in Star Wars Land, the Junker Grill. No, but if you're a hamburger person, this is the place to come because you can pay $10 for your hamburger and then just load it up, and then you've got yourself a good meal. Just my 2 cents. Just my 2 cents. Let's roll out from the Gursley Peak recreational area. You can see the signage behind me here. And let's roll back into the Buena Vista Street area and see what's happening back over in the Hollywood land for the soft opening of the Summer of Heroes. All right. I think the Marvel area should be shawarma quick service. That's what Jordan said. And you know what? Sure. Why not? It can be whatever you want it to be, Jordan. You know, you're in charge. Not Disney. I also, a lot of people don't come over here for pictures, but this is a great spot to take a picture, right? Like this right here. Like if you screen cap this right now, this is a picturesque spot. This would be a good YouTube screen cap. Just me in front of the fountain there. I should take more selfie pics there. All right, I hope you guys who have joined in on this, I hope you're ready to hear the most epic music from Marvel. Also, I love young Walt and Mickey here. This statue is so cool. Not a lot of people take a picture in front of it, but it's easily accessible. Unlike the partner statue, you have to kind of stand out in front of it. It has railings all around it. With the young Walt and Mickey statue, totally fine. All right, so the music is about to change here in just a second. It's gonna be epic, and we're gonna show off this giant black carpet that is set up for the opening to Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. Anybody see Guardians Volume 2? Angie and I saw it opening day. It was awesome. Here's the long black carpet as we're getting ready for the grand opening of Mission Breakout. And the Summer of Heroes in general, they've got all kinds of stuff going on in kind of the backlot area here, back by Monsters Inc., which this whole area is closing at 3 o'clock today, including Monsters Inc. and the Frozen show at the Hyperion Theater. Their last showing today is at 3 p.m., so you have to be in the theater at 3 p.m. or else you're going to get kicked out of this area, because this is when they've got cameras going up. They've got all of the people from radio stations, from television stations coming in. They've got all of this different lighting and whatnot ready to go. They've got cables lining the streets. But like over here, they've got a camera set up and stuff. If you could see all of these different booths right here, all have a different radio station name, and they line the street going all the way down to where the Hyperion Theater is, and it's the same on this side of the street as well. Let's try and go back into the backlot area here, which is where you can get to the Marvel merchandise store, at least the temporary one right now, and also you can get to the Avengers Assemble show, but that's starting at 1 p.m. today, so we won't be able to see it today. Maybe we'll get a chance to see the soft opening tomorrow, something like that. But isn't the music just epic for the Summer of Heroes? We're gonna step off this platform. This isn't normally here either. This little platform right here is just for the private event tonight and probably tomorrow. Tonight's media. So they've got like all the different media promotions going on. Tomorrow, if you paid $75 extra, you get a ride the attraction, and you get a ride or you get to like see the Avengers show and stuff, and it'll be more like I don't know what you would call it, a special event. You know, if you want to get on everything early, you can. And then Saturday morning will be the official opening to the general public. So Saturday morning, we're gonna be here, first ones in line, maybe. I'm assuming we'll have to be here pretty darn early for first ones in line. Park opens at 8 a.m., so we're gonna try and get here at like 7, maybe a little earlier, maybe a little later. I got here today at 8:30, and the stream started at 9. So my hope is that I'll get here like 7 a.m. on Saturday, start the stream like while I'm in line for Guardians of the Galaxy. But we'll see. We'll be doing a lot more video stuff and whatnot too on Saturday. I know Angie's gonna come with me to help shoot some video stuff. Over here, I think they use this for the meet and greet for Black Widow, or maybe it's for the show. I'm not sure, but this Jeep over here has the Avengers symbol on it. Black Widow and Hawkeye probably be riding up and down the street of Hollywoodland in it. There you've got a new setup of different drinks and things. What do we got here? We've got a beer flight, that's good. Orange creamsicle beer. Like good, like that sounds great. They have a cocktail called Be Brave, Be Blue, which is a vodka and blue raspberry. They've got a ton of different non-alcoholic beverages. Well, not really a ton. They've got the regular Coke stuff, Smart Water, Dasani bottled water, and then a Krylorian cooler, which you can either get in watermelon or in strawberry lemonade. That kind of sounds good. A watermelon Krylorian cooler. I might have to try one of those on maybe tomorrow or Saturday, because we're live streaming for the next 2 days, basically from here. Basically, I'll be hanging out mostly in the area that is what will probably be the eventual Marvel Land. This area you would normally be able to meet and greet people like Spider-Man and Captain America, and they have this fake post office box for New York City, because this Avengers takes place in New York, at least the first film does, so this whole area is kind of based on the first film. And then as we head back this way towards the Hyperion, which is where you would see Frozen, I think it's going to be closed tomorrow and Saturday, because they're going to have this area right here looking at this right here, this staging. And I don't know what this staging is for, but it does say on the signage outside of it that if you don't want to be on film, don't be anywhere near it. I don't mind being on film. I mean, I'm live streaming now. But I'm assuming this stage, currently at least, is where they're going to have the grand opening ceremony and maybe the dance-off for the time being. Although the dance-off, I would think, would be back where the Avengers training academy kind of thing is. The training academy type of thing will be like the Jedi training academy over at Disneyland, or if you're a Disney World person, you'd be familiar with it from Hollywood Studios. So this will be like Black Widow and Hawkeye training kids how to be either an Avenger or part of the SHIELD or something like that. I'm interested. A lot of people over here hanging out, asking questions with cast members about the new Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout attraction. A lot of people over here getting pictures with the attraction before it opens. Yesterday there were a ton of people in suits, and even earlier this morning there were a lot of people in suits. But now there's just cast members and stuff over here. The cast member clothing, you can see them here. It's like a purple jacket, black pants, a little bit of gold around it. And then they've got over at the entrance area here with the signage, they've got all of these cameras and things set up and ready to go for media night. And since cast members don't have a whole lot to do yet, they're out here just answering questions. They're out here taking pictures of people out in front of it, just trying to get things moving and grooving for this whole event. That's pretty awesome. And I love like these totem pole things that are out in front. This totem is so cool. And there's one on the other side over here as well. And then you've got standby entrance and fast pass entrance. And of course the fast pass tickets are just across from it. This hasn't changed from when it was Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, so I'm wondering if that will come much later. But people are just jumping in and taking pictures with cast members in their new cast member uniforms. Super awesome. Everyone's just getting excited. People who were very upset about the Tower of Terror, I see a lot of people. This guy, he's sitting down over here on his phone. He's wearing his Tower of Terror shirt. Yesterday I was wearing my Hollywood Tower Hotel shirt, and there were a lot of people around here who were Tower of Terror fans that look like they're going to probably be fans of Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, because they're taking pictures, they're getting pumped up for this thing, getting excited. Yeah, we're getting ready for this thing to open up here soon. And I think there are going to be 6 different experiences on this, similar to how Star Tours is. There's multiple different videos and things that play. So there'll be 6 different experiences, several different songs from Star-Lord's Awesome Mix that will play on here. I don't know if they'll change out any of the things in the collector's collection over time, but I think that would be interesting as well. But I'm ready for this. Even this this lady right here, who's janitorial, is just like stopped and is staring at the tower and how breathtaking it is. I have yet to see it at night. I might come back this weekend. We'll do Saturday morning here. I don't know, Saturday night I've got other plans, but I might come back on Sunday evening or Monday evening. Not to ride it, but just to see it lit up. Maybe I'll grab a watermelon Krylorian cooler at that point as a nice evening drink. I love the music playing, Lightning said. I love the music back here too. Here's the thing, it's so epic and it's so big, right? That's what it sounds like. That even not riding anything over here or like not really doing anything in particular, I left yesterday feeling like I had accomplished a lot. I felt like I had exhausted myself because this location has such epic music. And I can't wait to like wait in line for this attraction while this music's happening, being able to see everything. It's gonna get to be overwhelming in the next few days, that's for sure. This lady wearing her Tower of Terror ears that it looks like she may have made herself. Definitely an order from modernmouseboutique.com, which you could do. We do have Guardians of the Galaxy ears if you want to wear those on this. Angie's going to wear her version, the prototype version of the Guardians of the Galaxy ears on this on Saturday. But we're ready. We're stoked. I hope you're stoked, because I am. I love their costuming. I think their costuming is awesome. Tower of Terror costuming was amazing. And yes, I do miss Tower of Terror, but I do know that the Walt Disney World Tower of Terror still exists. Oh, excuse me. Oh. You guys, that was a good sneeze. That got out all of the stuff. I'm so sorry. So I know that the Tower of Terror will still exist at Walt Disney World, and it's the better Tower of Terror. And actually, if you go to Disneyland Paris, an exact replica version of the Disney California Adventure Tower of Terror still exists. But the Walt Disney World version was always superior in my mind, so why not take something that was less superior and make it equal or greater than the thing that came before it? I think that is what they've done here. So many people are lined up, getting ready for this event tonight. The media, I'm seeing some people with media badges all around, getting set up down on Hollywoodland, on the Hollywood Boulevard street there. But I could literally just stand right here all the rest of the stream and take in this super epic music. So epic. Like, doesn't this music get you ready for this ride? The regular Hollywoodland music does not, but this music fits this ride, and it gets me so stoked. And you can see all of the media people are set up with all their wires and stuff going down the gutterways of Hollywood Boulevard. All these people sitting over here, standing over here, waiting to get into the Frozen attraction, are all staring at the Guardians of the Galaxy attraction. And here's the thing that I actually really like. So this Hyperion Theater, if you miss what the Tower of Terror used to have as far as costuming, if you look at the Hyperion Theater costumes, they look very similar to the old Hollywood Tower Hotel costumes. So you still kind of get the costuming from the Tower of Terror here. You just don't get the attraction, the Twilight Zone attraction, which is totally fine, because this, along with this music, is my jam right now. Don't even care. The Tower of Terror went away, because right now this is what matters. A lot of people hanging around, taking pictures, asking questions, getting ready for the opening of the Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. Is it gonna be, are people gonna like abbreviate it as GOTGMB? Because it's a pretty long acronym. I know, Twilight Zone Tower of Terror people just said TOT. So I don't know what it'll be. Will it just be Guardians Mission Breakout? GMB? That doesn't make that much sense. This kid right here is wearing a Batman hoodie. Wrong comic group, dude. Just kidding, I'm not gonna judge him for that. Seems like a cool enough kid. So I don't know what location 3 means. Maybe there'll be several different location setups for tonight for this media event. I mean, if you look, there's so many cameras and lighting rigs set up and ready to go tonight for the media event. Tomorrow's going to be kind of the grand opening event with a lot of the Imagineers on hand that are going to talk about the attraction. I'm assuming that they'll have like Star-Lord and Groot and Gamora all there for the opening as well. They'll probably do a dance-off thing, and then people will be able to ride the attraction several times to be able to ride all different variants, because there's going to be several, like 6 different variants of the attraction. Assuming that the 6 different variants might come with this, several different characters, so maybe you'll be able to get Drax on one ride, and then you'll be able to get Star-Lord on a different ride through. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how it's going to go. Do I think that the Guardians of the Galaxy cast will be here? I think some of them may as well be, or not may as well, might be here. I would think that it's quite possible to see, I don't know. I know that, I can't remember her name off the top of my head. The woman that plays Gamora, she's actually down at the opening for Pandora Land. Pandora, the world of Avatar, down Walt Disney World, so I don't think she'll be here necessarily. She's down there because she was also in that film. She gets 2 attractions, well, a land and an attraction that open up based on movies that she's been in this weekend. And I don't know if Chris Pratt will be here, but I could see Dave Bautista maybe being here. You know, I could see Chris Pratt coming here. I don't think Vin Diesel or Bradley Cooper would be here. But I could definitely see Benicio del Toro being here. He was here a couple of days ago doing stuff for their videos. If you go to the Disneyland YouTube page, you can see a video with him talking about the attraction and talking about being a part of Guardians of the Galaxy. Because his character is not done either with Guardians or with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He is still hanging around. He's going to be a part of Thor Ragnarok, or at least the building that you just saw is going to be a part of that. Lining the street here are all these different booths for all these different radio stations and television stations and things for media night. So that's why all of this is here. We got to look earlier, but down Hollywood Boulevard here, there's like this black carpet. And I'm assuming that will be out not just today, but also tomorrow. This area of the park closes today at 3 p.m. I'm going to assume it also closes tomorrow at 3 p.m. For the setup of the private event tomorrow for people who paid to get in. Tonight's media, tomorrow's the paid event, Saturday is the opening to the general public. Starting at 8 a.m., the park opens at 8 a.m. on Saturday. So I'm going to hopefully try and get here around 7 a.m. and maybe that'll be enough to be able to get on the attraction early. I know that coming at 8 a.m. or getting here closer to 9 a.m., I'm not going to be able to get a fast pass to be able to get on and show you guys, or may not even get a fast pass at all. They might go that quickly. I've never been at Disney at any of their theme parks for the opening of an attraction. So, I don't know. I think, I don't know, what do you guys think will be overall, what will happen here to Hollywoodland? Will it stay the same? Do you think like this Hyperion Theater will eventually go away to make way for Marvel Land? I kind of do. And I'm okay with it now. If this is the music, and that's the attraction, and there's the costumes and all that stuff that comes out, I am stoked. I'm ready for this. And all week long, during the weekdays, we've definitely had our group of people who have been watching the stream and everything. But I think this weekend, because people will be off work and people will be excited, then we'll get to see a lot more people coming down to the stream for Saturday morning's grand opening of this area, and maybe tomorrow as well. I think most people have Friday off, right? Friday off for Memorial Day weekend. Definitely Saturday, but I think some people have off Friday as well. So anyways, thank you to those of you who have hung out with me during the weekday time periods of this stream. I didn't really take that into consideration when I decided to come up with this idea that streaming on a Thursday morning would not be ideal for most people. I'm also a big fan of Hollywoodland having these second and third stories and adding in little balconies and stuff. They just look livable. It looks like livable here, even though it's clearly not. And normally here you would just have a lot of shop windows, and down here there'd be like a little market with food and some other things. But Hollywoodland overall, I think, is a land that has some low expectations for a lot of people, and I think you should be more into it because they have so much to look at here in Hollywoodland that are little details. Like across the street here, there's this building that's very Art Deco. Art Deco is kind of like this architectural style that happened in the early 1900s. But if you can see where it says flowers and sweets up above here, there's all of this different work, all this different like concrete and brickwork and stuff. Just those kind of details, you know, add to something pretty cool here. This guy right here, he passed me by. He's wearing a Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout shirt, but he's not a cast member in front of the attraction. But he's wearing a shirt that's basically saying, you know, that he's here to set up and do business, not to get people on the ride, but to get media to be happy, to get excited. There are a lot of badges. People in dress shirts are starting to come around. This guy behind me too. These two guys here, same thing, wearing these Guardians of the Galaxy shirts. Setting people up for a lot of media and press and things like that. Here's the black carpet that follows going down this way. Assuming once media opens up, 3 p.m. comes around, they close down this area. So I'm assuming that 5 p.m. is when they'll actually take away all of these ropes and will allow people in the media and private events and stuff to be able to walk this rampway fully and the black carpet fully. We're back here kind of in the backlot area. It looks like they've got this stage set up pretty much ready to go for an Avengers type of show. Let me see if I can show you guys here momentarily that this show happens at like 1 o'clock here. You can see the Avengers logo there, and it looks like something may happen on the screen there. There's a lot of people stoked for Avengers training. Over here you'll be able to, you know, take a survey on what Avenger you might be. And then Mike and Sully to the rescue. The Monsters Inc. attraction kind of sits here, and now it just kind of seems out of place. Are you going to be part of the press? No, I didn't sign up to be part of press. We actually didn't sign up to be a part of press either at the D23 Expo. Kind of our motto here with Network 1901 is that we want to be kind of part of the crowd, part of the experience. We're not necessarily important. We may be important, I don't know. But I don't really want to be treated 100% important, you know? I'm not necessarily media. I would like to say I am. When I went 2 years ago to the D23 Expo, Keith got passes. So when he was a part of Modern Mouse Radio as a co-host, he got media passes for it. If you want to dress up as Thor, dress up as Thor. I think this tank top, I know that for sure Dale, when he comes, he's going to want this tank top. He loves Captain America. Kind of funny that a Canadian, his favorite superhero is Captain America. But it is. My favorite thing here, though, is all of this Black Widow merchandise, just because you don't see it that often. They've got purses, they've got wallets, they've got shirts, they've got action figures. They've got all kinds of stuff. Hoodies for Black Widow. I think that's pretty cool. You can even, I guess, even dress up like Black Widow. That's her symbol, right? So they have a Black Widow costume for kids. If you're an adult, you cannot dress up in the parks. They don't want people to think that you're a character here in the park. So you're not allowed to dress up. But you can Disney bound. That's kind of why Disney bound really became a thing. Disney bounding really happened because people wanted to dress up and they couldn't. So they found a way by matching colors and patterns to be able to look similar to that character without actually representing that character fully. I know Angie has put some clothes together, and she has her Guardians of the Galaxy ears ready to go for Saturday, but she is going to Disney bound this Rocket Raccoon, or at least try to put together a Disney bound this Rocket Raccoon. She's not 100% guaranteeing it yet, but she's coming with me Saturday morning to ride the attraction, and she's going to try to dress up like Rocket Raccoon. Even the award winners restaurant here has some of the Summer of Heroes stuff, because they are getting ready for the Summer of Heroes. And there's all of these different banners and stuff going up and down the street. You can see some of them down the street here, but you can definitely see them here on either side of the street for the Summer of Heroes. They've got a ton of merchandise, all Marvel themed, right here, ready to go. They've got a bunch of, they've got some pirate stuff here too. Lots of pirate stuff getting ready for that film. Oh, you know what I do need? I do need to get a brand new portable charger for my phone, so hold on while I do that.
Oh my!
Totally spaced that out earlier. Alright. Putting it in, and hopefully I'll get a new one. Here we go. Brand new one. I didn't even know that stand was there. But yeah, you can get, I actually really like this this hat. The old school comics hat with Captain America and Spider-Man on it. Try me.
Just your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Cool. Lots of cool little knickknacks for the Summer of Heroes. Plus they've got some other regular Disney merchandise, some plushes. They've got some Disney emoticons, some Tsum Tsum stuff. You know, your generic Minnie Mouse doll plush thing. They've got a ton of stuff in here that's different from the Marvel store. If you're into Christmas ornaments, you can get a shield ornament. You can get your Groot here. And we got some other generic stuff on this side. But that's cool. Getting ready in the stores as well for the Summer of Heroes. Disney Junior live on stage used to be a puppet show, and I had a friend here that does puppetry. He actually does puppetry now for the Pixar Play Parade, and he does some other stuff as well around the resort, but he is no longer doing the Disney Junior show because the Disney Junior show is no longer doing puppets. They're going to do more screens, which I'm not a fan of. I kind of liked the puppet aspect of it. I actually never saw the show. I thought that'd be kind of weird if a grown adult man all by himself went in and saw a show definitely meant for preschoolers, things like that. But I like the idea that it was puppets, and I want to see more and more puppets. They do have some puppets and things in the Frozen Hyperion show. Sven and Olaf are puppets there. I'm trying to like plug this battery into my phone. There we go. We good? So, if you can hear the music, it's super epic. More and more people are joining the stream. They're getting ready for the media event here today, so they've got all the radio stations and TV stations locally in Southern California that are going to be here tonight. So they're closing down Hollywoodland here for the foreseeable future, after 3 p.m. I don't think they're going to be reopening tonight anyways. So you can see it says here on this sign that Hollywoodland closes at 3 p.m. They've got this black carpet that goes all the way down through Hollywoodland, and it goes back into the backlot area, which is where they have the Avengers training with Black Widow and with Hawkeye. And then they've got the Hyperion going. The last showing of Frozen today is at 3 p.m. So if you are not in line or in the theater at 3 p.m., they will be kicking you out of this area. You will have to be going to the main entrance plaza on Buena Vista Street, or you'll have to be going to Bugs Land, and you will not be able to get into the Hollywoodland area at all after 3 p.m. here today. I'm assuming the same goes for tomorrow. Today is media event day. Tomorrow will be like a private party. You had to pay an extra $75, whether you're an annual pass holder, whether you're anything else, doesn't matter. You had to pay an extra $75 if you wanted to get the early go-ahead to ride Guardians and whatnot. They've got Avengers training initiative over here. Getting ready. Their first showing today is at 1 o'clock, so we won't be able to see it here on the stream. But they are getting ready. They're doing soft openings today and tomorrow, I believe. Getting ready for the official opening to the public on Saturday. Now, I think today or tomorrow is the official opening of Pandora. So Pandora actually is opening at Walt Disney World before Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout to the general public. But I think that out of everything opening at all the Disney parks this weekend, the Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout attraction and this whole area where they've got back here, they've got the initiative, the Avengers Initiative show happening. And I don't know what's going to be happening on this stage. Over here, maybe this is where they do the dance-off once it comes to fruition. This area here is going to have drinks that match up with this new Marvel Land area. If you can see, they've got a lot of the symbols here. So you've got Spider-Man, and I don't know this one. What's the flame one? I'm not sure. Avengers, Black Widow down here. We've got Thor. What's this one? Does anyone know what this one is? Is it Hawkeye? I really don't know, to be honest with you. I'm assuming this is where the dance-off will take place once the actual opening happens. I'm not sure if this cart is selling the same. Oh, that's the Ravager symbol. That's right. Why didn't I know that? I should have known that. I made a shirt that has the Ravager symbol. Sorry, guys. I'm just blanking. I'm so stoked. I'm so overwhelmed by all the stuff. They've got their own trash cans here, although not very exciting trash cans. But they do have their own Summer of Heroes trash cans.
Yeah. Your boards to grab down.
They've got a Stark Expo 2010 symbol up there. This is where you would normally meet Captain America, Spider-Man, and I think that's where they're going to meet when the general public is able to see all this stuff. But they've got all of this different scaffolding and seating getting ready to go up with this stage here, whatever the stage is for. I'm going to assume that's where people are going to be speaking and presenting tonight, right? And maybe that's where we'll see the characters come out, so you'll get to see Groot and Star-Lord and stuff at the media event here. And I'm not sure if this is themed just to Art Deco or if this kind of goes with. But do you see like this pole? Okay, this is definitely Guardians of the Galaxy. But then do you see this pretzel cart? It definitely has like an Art Deco-y kind of feeling that goes with the Hyperion and with the old Tower of Terror. But it also goes kind of with the Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout setup. But we've got a lot of people in suits and dress shirts and stuff hanging out over here now, and they are talking a lot with cast members and talking a lot with guests about Mission Breakout. What's happening over here? There are a lot of people, dress shirts, things like that. They're getting ready for this thing to open. There's still a lot of people over here talking to cast members, taking photos, and getting stoked for this. Tomorrow we're going to spend a lot more time in Cars Land. I know I walked around a bit in Paradise Pier earlier, but I just had to come back here. I just feel like there's a lot going on here today and not a lot going on at Paradise Pier, and people who are probably checking out the stream probably really want to see what's happening here versus what's happening elsewhere. So there you go. I think like overall, right, like there's a lot of people who want to be a part of the stream and talk about the Guardians of the Galaxy, because really we're doing the stream, the 9-day long stream, because of this. This is really, you know, what it's all about. So why not spend more time here, right? So that's kind of what we're doing. So spending more and more time hanging out here for Guardians. Again, a lot of like suits and people are hanging out back here. Just a ton of people doing all kinds of stuff. I'm ready. A lot of media people, a lot of like cameras and stuff are hanging out here. You know, and more radio stations and people are coming in. So if you're a media person, you're probably getting your badges and things like that, getting ready to go for this press event that's happening tonight. The media events tonight, tomorrow will be a private event, and on Saturday we're open to the public, and we'll be riding this on Saturday morning, first thing. That's what we'll be doing. So yeah, that's it kind of in a nutshell. So Network 1901, for those that are going to be here for the D23 Expo, maybe we have a meetup here at the Guardians of the Galaxy, because I know a lot of people who are going to be here for D23 Expo won't necessarily be here before that to ride this. So maybe we have a meetup here? I don't know. I don't know what we do. I do know that I need a haircut, like real bad. I shaved yesterday and I cut like the sideburns, but the hair is still really long and I want to definitely get away from that for sure. Have a nice haircut for Saturday, for the opening of this thing, right? That's kind of what I want. I'm looking around just because there's so many suits, dress shirts, and media people. I don't know who works for Disney now, and I don't know who's from a radio station or here for a media event. I'm not really sure anymore. I do know, though, that yesterday I saw Tony Baxter. If I saw Tony Baxter, I would definitely know who he is. There are a bunch of people that just came out, and they have all these different Guardians of the Galaxy shirts on. These people are setting up their camera. Where are they? I can show them. Yeah, right here. They're setting up their camera to shoot something. I think I saw some other YouTubers and stuff wandering around getting ready because they probably have media passes. I should have gotten a media pass, guys, but I decided against it. But now I'm here and I'm stoked and I'm excited to really be a part of this. So I should have gotten the media pass. What can you do, you know? So now that this is about to open up to the public, who's ready? Who's stoked? Is anybody coming this summer to ride this? Or I mean, just to Disneyland? Like, you wouldn't just come to ride this, but is anybody stoked to come this summer to ride? Because I'll be on it Saturday morning, and I might be on it like 100 times before the summer ends. That's probably not true because the lines will be very long, but I'd like to be on it before the summer ends. You know, 100 times. I'll definitely be on it like maybe a dozen times. I'll probably be doing it with quite a few people when the D23 Expo comes around, and maybe when some family and friends come out to visit. I'll definitely be doing it because a lot of people that I've talked to do want to be a part of it. I wish I could go down. You should come down, you know, take the time away from the world, rob a bank or something, you know, take all the money, get on a flight and just come down here. That's what you should do. The music is so epic. I love like all the Marvel music that they're using because it just is making this area seem so much cooler. You can see like all of the different setups for all the different radio stations over here. I'm seeing a lot of people over here with press badges. Yeah, if you rob the bank, please wear a Network 1901 shirt. You know, if you're gonna rob a bank, tell them who sent you. You know, make it very like 1930s gangsterish. You know, bring in your Tommy gun, tell everyone who you are, wear a nice suit. You know, wear your Network 1901 stuff. Tell them we sent you. I'm sure that'll go over really well. All right. We're gonna leave this area and head over to the Off the Page store, one of my favorite stores at California Adventure. Actually, one of my favorite stores on the entire property of the Disneyland Resort. I would say top 3 for sure. So let's go in here, see what's happening. Off the Page has a lot of artwork, a lot of books and stuff like that. So here's all of this amazing artwork. If you want to get this super cool Spider-Man, he's $150. So if you want to drop that, I'm assuming you'll be able to get some Avengers stuff in here. No, it doesn't look like they have all the Christmas stuff in here, but they don't have the Avengers stuff that they did across the way, but they do have some mugs and things like that. They've got Thor's hammer as a mug, and the Hulk and Iron Man, if you want that as a mug. Oh, they do have the Avengers ornaments for Christmas. And they've got some books, although I don't see any Marvel books here. But if you're interested in books and learning more about the Disney company and artwork, this is a good place to start. I do have all the comic books back behind me, like the Figment comic books and the Haunted Mansion and stuff like that. Again, a lot of artwork in here if you want to buy some artwork. How cute is this little Stitch holding a frog? Very cute. They do have some stuff that looks like Star Wars and comics, and they have the Haunted Mansion comics and the Figment comics, but they don't have any Marvel comics. But again, they do have like the mugs and some of this stuff here. So every store, it looks like, in this area has a little bit of marble to it, you know? All right. We're off. Live streaming. For a little bit longer. And we'll call it a day. We're like an hour and 40 minutes into this thing. So, I don't want to go too much longer. I've got actually quite a few things to do today for Modern Mouse Boutique and for Network 1901, besides the stream. But this has got me excited. So I'll be here tomorrow again, doing a lot of Cars Land stuff. I'll be here first thing in the morning so I can get on to Radiator Springs Racers, and I'll be able to get on to Mater's Junkyard Jamboree and Luigi's Rollicking Roadster. So hopefully be able to do all three of those tomorrow. And Lighting said again, I love that they're playing all the Marvel movie themes. Yeah, this is great. The music has really set a tone here in Hollywoodland. So I'll do mostly Cars Land tomorrow. I'll still come back here to see if maybe we can see the Avengers Initiative show. Maybe I'll be able to get some more sneak peeks of some things to come before they have the grand opening on Saturday morning of Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. Am I going to have fun at a Bugs Land one of these days? I've already had fun at a Bugs Land. There's a video up on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/network1901. You can see me have fun in a Bugs Land. And actually, I really do love Bugs Land, and so I think maybe I'll end up in a Bugs Land riding something. I was there earlier today just passing through, but there might be a possibility of me actually riding something from a Bugs Land tomorrow. I don't know. I think Paparazzi Mike might meet up with me again tomorrow. I know that he's off tomorrow. Angie might come with me tomorrow. I'm going to see who else I can get to go with me. I put out the word to a couple of people that I knew, but a lot of people do not have weekdays off around here, so that becomes kind of a difficult thing. When you don't have a weekday off, then what are you going to do? But I'm ready for this. I hope you guys are ready for this. Ooh, it's coming. It's coming. I am so pumped. Like yesterday, I was smiling from ear to ear, and I'm doing it again today. Genuine happiness and excitement. This is my first ever time being able to live near a Disney theme park. It's my first ever time to be able to actually ride anything the first day it opens, to be here for a premiere like this. And to be able to see some of the executives and whatnot moving things around, a lot of the cast members getting set up and ready to go. I think that that's super cool. Just seeing the cameras being set up, the new cast member costumes, being able to do that, before anybody else, is a thrill, and it's my pleasure really to be able to bring that to you guys. I really do love being able to bring that to the network, to Watermouse, to everywhere. I'm so sorry. Also, tomorrow is the first episode, the preview episode of The World That Never Was. So if you're not subscribed to our podcast feed, you may want to subscribe, because The World That Never was easily our most popular show that we've done so far. Not to brag about myself, but it's the most popular show that we've done as far as our podcast feed, and it'll be going on for the next 7 weeks. So you'll want to tune in every Friday for the next 7 weeks for the podcast. You don't have to tune in at a specific time. You could just download it and listen to it whenever you want. But it's going on. Dale's already said he is getting prepped for his next show, which will be discovering Harry Potter. He did Discovering Star Wars, and now they're going to be talking about all the Harry Potter films. We're going to be discovering Harry Potter. That's going to be a great podcast. Shannon and I have been putting together a show we have some of the details. So sorry. We have some of the details already, but I can officially tell you that it's going to be called Animated Devils. We're going to be talking about Disney villains and topics that pertain to Disney villains, and that's going to be, a couple of weeks during the summer. And so we've got a lot of different podcasts that are going to be coming out on Fridays. Of course, we have the Disney Culture Club, the DCC, every Monday. We've got Modern Mouse Radio every Wednesday. But I'm excited for all the things that are coming up on Fridays. We have a lot of great ideas. When we were in Toontown a few days ago on the live stream, you guys brought up this idea for Who Owns Roger Rabbit. We've discussed ideas about that being a podcast. We've discussed ideas about that being a podcast and being a show that we might be interested in doing, and then possibly making it an actual documentary down the line if we can find the funding for it. But that's something of interest, and that's kind of our summer rollout for the podcast. As far as videos are going to go kind of the same as usual. I think we're just going to keep on rolling out new and interesting videos throughout the summer. And hopefully be able to, broadcast some new interesting things. I'm going to try and get a broadcast from Universal Studios. They have all of a sudden, after all the excitement of seeing the tower, I'm now coming down from it. They're going to have a new nighttime show that's a projection show on the Hogwarts School and the Wizarding World of Harry Potter in Hollywood. And so I'm going to try and get up there and do maybe something for that as far as a video. I know that we've got a video from Shannon that's going to go up on Wednesday that's going to be about why she thinks that Frozen is actually a better film than Moana. Dale's working on some stuff, and he's going to be putting up videos more frequently as well. We're going to try and do more live streams, probably on the weekends. I think live streaming on the weekends will be better than on the weekdays. There's just been less, not to say that, the people that have shown up on the weekdays are bad. I love you guys. But during the weekdays, we've had, a total of maybe 50 people in the live stream, which has been great. It's been great, and there's been a lot of comments throughout. But during the weekends, we were seeing 100 plus people coming in. So more and more people are coming into the live stream on the weekends. So we'll probably do more live streams during Saturdays and Sundays. Meanwhile, have the videos still going out every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So we might move to having 4 or 5 things going on per week over the summer. Also, I didn't realize this, and I totally spaced this, but we started we started Network 1901. Memorial Day weekend last year was the official launch of Network 1901. So that is where we're at now. We're 1 year anniversary, so Saturday, I believe, will be, not only the Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout opening, but it'll be our 1 year anniversary of Network 1901. And the following Monday would actually have been the first time that a podcast episode went up live on our podcast feed for Network 1901 as well. So it's a lot of cool stuff happening Memorial Day weekend. Pandora opening at Walt Disney World. The Summer Heroes here, Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout here at Disney's California Adventure. And then, of course, Network 1901's 1 year anniversary, like I just said. So a lot of cool stuff happening all around. But I think I'm going to be ending the stream here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If you didn't catch all of the stream today, which I got to preview some of the stuff from the Hollywood land, we see all this black carpet here because they're setting up for a media event, so we got to see some of the setup for that. And we also wandered around Paradise Pier, talked a little bit about Paradise Pier, and the Mickey's Fun Wheel and stuff like that. So if you didn't see the entire stream, you can see the entire stream and all of the other streams from the past 6 days if you'd like to. over at youtube.com/network1901. You can see the stream from today just within, I think, an hour or so after the stream goes off air. It gets uploaded to our YouTube page, and you can see it from there. So until tomorrow, I'll be back here. We're gonna do more Cars Land stuff. We're gonna check out to see if there's anything new here. Maybe we'll be able to see the Avengers initiative with Black Widow and Hawkeye. Maybe we'll get to meet Star-Lord or Gamora or Groot. Who knows? But I'll be back here tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time, going live again. So to those who came today or any day of the stream, I really want to thank you guys for being a part of this. And I'll see you tomorrow. Make sure to head over to network1901.com and click on the shop button there and get yourself a shirt. Right now, actually, right now, if you go to our shirt shop, TeePublic is having a sale. So all of the shirts are $14. You can get stickers now. So you can get a sticker of the Umbrella Castle for $2. And they're running that sale today and tomorrow, I believe. So if you want a shirt and you want to get it on the cheap, instead of paying $20, pay $14. Go right now and make sure you get a shirt. And I'm not saying this because, you know, I don't get paid, I get paid less, but I would rather have people have shirts and be able to wear them than actually get paid money. Me personally, that's just how I feel. So thank you guys for that. And also, if you're looking for Guardians of the Galaxy ears or anything else ear related, if you're going to the parks, or maybe you're going to a movie premiere, something a lot of people wore Beauty and the Beast ears to the Beauty and the Beast premiere, live action premiere. So maybe if you're looking to go to a Disney movie premiere, you want to wear your ears, you can wear that. From modernmouseboutique.com. That's actually really how I make a living. And for that, a lot of people do purchase ears, and I thank them for that all the time. But in the meantime, thank you guys, and I hope I see you tomorrow for another live stream from right here at Disney's California Adventure for the opening of the Summer of Heroes and the Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. But I'll see you later. Thanks so much for joining me. Keep on moving, people. Bye.